Just a message for the persecution, as BBC News is running right now, as there's been a genocide happening to Christians in Nigeria for a decade, and the BBC News have not seemed to touch it, and the big media news outlets have turned a blind eye to Christian persecution that's happening in the world today as we speak. Christians are being persecuted all over the world, and there's very, very little news coverage. And BBC is a massive media news outlet, and there's been very little media coverage that has taken place on the genocide that has happened to Nigerian Christians for over a decade, as thousands of Nigerian Christians are being killed. And I'm not blaming BBC for their murders, of course not, but what I'm saying is why, for a media outlet like BBC, have not touched this situation that is happening to these Christians who have no voice. And I'm here to be the voice for those that don't have a voice, as there is people's blood being shed, innocent lives, as Christians in the Middle East have been greatly persecuted, as Syria Christians have been greatly persecuted, and there's been a genocide, and there seems to be no media coverage. But when anything else happens, like the conflict in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine, there's been mass media coverage. But when it comes to Christianity and innocent lives and Christians' blood being shed, there does not seem to be touched. There seems to be big media outlets like the BBC are looking the other way. Why is that? As innocent lives are being shed. Now, I know BBC are not the cause of this, but I ask the question, how is it that Christians, when persecution and murder and innocent lives and blood is being shed, how is it that Christians, how is it that the news, how is it that the big media news outlets are not coming near this? They're turning the other way. When you see the conflict in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine, and you see what's going on, and I know it's wrong, and I know things have happened, but what I'm saying is that Christianity seems to be no voice. Big media outlets seem to have no interest at the loss of innocent Christian lives. And why is that?
Christians are being slaughtered right now in Nigeria, and the world and the media just looks away.
There is a genocide happening and the world is silent. Right now in Nigeria, our brothers and sisters are being targeted. They're being unalived, beaten, and driven away from their homes. Why? Because they bear the name of Jesus.